Hey YouTube, it's ShryphonX here. Today we're going to be talking about Chainsaw Man Chapter 226. Like and subscribe for more content. Is this random? A locust devil the strongest? Chainsaw Man Chapter 226 Review. This chapter has 14 pages. The chapter begins with Denji wondering where the other devils are when Yoru suddenly barrages him with gunfire, throwing him into the sea in hell. Interestingly, hell appears quite different, or perhaps it's another region of hell, since there are an infinite number of doors representing any feared devil. Next to Yoru stands a locust devil, menacingly similar to Makima from Chapter 26. The gun is mightier. The title, Locust Home, suggests that hell has become the home of this locust devil, a type of grasshopper that transforms from a meek, solitary insect into a social, swarming, destructive pest. Perhaps this locust devil has caused damage to certain parts of hell. Alternatively, they might have ended up in the literal locust home located in hell. Denji resurfaces, acknowledging that he would be in trouble if he didn't learn how to swim. Even in a world where death is inconsequential, drowning would still be a dire situation, as one would be trapped underwater forever. It seems Fujimoto might be drawing inspiration from the Rize arc energy from watching the movie. Suddenly, Yoru is seen bleeding out from attacking the locust devil, who is also bleeding from the neck and has several holes on its chest. Denji calls this moment his perfect plan, even though he clearly didn't intend for it to happen that way. Now Yoru pleads with Denji to save her. Save me. Chainsaw Man transforms into Save Me, Denji, because Chainsaw Man is the hero of hell who responds to the oppressed. In this world, Denji, the protagonist, is now the one trying to win over Yoru's heart. Yoru's efforts are working because Asa is also in danger. The chapter ends with the door from hell being kicked open and flown off as Denji Man and Locust Devil fight. Denji's right arm is cut off, but the Locust Devil stands there, still bleeding but not defeated, while Yoru lies down. Is the Locust Devil the same as Pachita's follower? In Part 1, there's a recurring theme involving the angelic hierarchy. Beam, the shark fiend, is a devoted follower of Lord Chainsaw and represents Cherubim, the second highest angel in the highest order. Galgali, the violence fiend, gets his name from Galgalim or Ophanim, another word for thrones, the eye-covered flaming wheels that form the chariot of God, and the lowest angel in the highest choir. Power, Denji's friend, and the blood fiend, obviously represents powers or authorities, the lowest angel in the middle choir. Three unfamiliar and new faces include Dominion and Virtue, who were fiends of unknown devils and part of the upper ranks of the middle choir. Princey, the spider devil who acts as Makima's taxi, represents the principalities, the upper rank of the lowest choir. The angel devil would be in the lowest rank of the lowest choir, representing the guardian angels. It seems there are no archangels here. The reason they're bound together as a group is that they were all Pachita's followers in one form or another. Beam, Galgali, and Angel were shown to be devoted to Pachita across both eras, while Princey was one of Makima's eyes and ears, watching over Denji, and Power, as the Blood Fiend, is Denji's close friend. Their corpses were all lined up in Chapter 83, Death, Resurrection, Chainsaw, along with their original allegiances being revealed. They all followed Pachita because they were waiting for the day of resurrection, which could refer to the return of Pachita in his full glory. This idea was shared by Makima, despite their differences in faith. Specifically, Makima viewed Pachita as the love of her life and wanted to use Chainsaw's power to erase negative concepts and create a perfect world. The locust devil resembles Seraphim, the fiend who happens to resemble a locust. Seraphim is the highest of the highest order, the closest to God. This presents an intriguing dynamic because it's likely that the locust devil has no memories of being Pachita's follower and is simultaneously fighting him and Yoru. Will the locust devil awaken and be revealed as Seraphim, the closest among Pachita's followers? This could create another contrast with Yoru, who praised how she relies on others to maintain her power over the concept of war in Chapter 220, Love and Michigan. Yoru has many allies, including her favorite moray eel devil. If this battle does lead to the return of Pachita's angels, does it also imply the return of the Blood Devil? The 10 Plagues of Egypt, a theory, suggests that Chainsaw Man Part 2 not only references the coming of the 4 horsemen, based on their order of appearance, but also the 10 Plagues of Egypt. 2 devils represent 2 of the plagues from Part 1. The first plague, blood, flowing in the river Nile, and the 9th plague, darkness for 3 days. In Part 2, we also have a frog devil to represent the 2nd plague, the invasion of frogs. However, even then, the darkness devil uses frogs to represent the Egyptian god of darkness, Kek, and the theme of fear of the unknown. The locust devil could represent not only the 8th plague, but also the 3rd and 4th plagues, gnats of dust and teams of flies, respectively. Nayuta's death would symbolize the final plague, the death of the firstborn, which ties to Nayuta being the young controlled devil and the shift of Part 2's story to deeper tragedy, similar to how the gun devil arc was for Part 1. Bucky the chicken's death at the beginning of Part 2 and Famine's arrival, which sucks the life out of some students as a form of salvation, represent the 5th plague, the pestilence of livestock. The falling devil's arrival and the advent of the death devil's arrival tie into the 7th plague, the storm of hail. There's a 5th horseman, Pestilence, who sometimes takes Conquest's place and also bears Conquest's white horse. Could the locust devil be more than just a pestilence? And is it actually the pestilence devil? Somehow, this devil managed to defeat Yoru the war devil, who is currently at her peak. It's tempting to consider the possibility that the locust devil might be a primal fear, as all living things fear sickness, which weakens them. This could very well also fulfill the last remaining of the 10 plagues, the 6th plague, which is the infection of boils. Coincidentally, this is Chapter 226, but that may not be significant. Is plague in a deathless world Fami's endgame? Some might even see the locust devil or pestilence devil as the means for death's reinvention or reincarnation. If humans can accidentally rediscover the means to recreate nuclear weapons, can devils also reinvent a new mode of dying in a deathless world? Another possibility is that the locust devil could empower the real Fami, who is yet to be seen since Chapter. Considering she was introduced so late, will Fujimoto actually pull a Zetsu move and make her the real final villain? Or will she be in a Dramalek from Black Clover and not be all that relevant until the very end? Alternatively, the locust devil could be Abaddon, a fallen angel of the abyss, the king of locusts. So many theories, but so little time. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more content. ShryphonX out.